Hello plant lovers, the time has come to move this Queen Anthurium from a 2-gallon pot to a 6-gallon pot.
We made a previous video on how we grew this queen from a 2-inch plant, as you can see here, to this current plant with 3-foot leaves. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. We live in Sacramento, California, which has a dry Mediterranean climate. We grew this plant in our dining room with no added humidity. Our house humidity typically runs 40 to 50%. Hey Janine, why are we moving this plant to a larger pot?
If you want larger leaves, you need a larger root system, and we're aiming for 4-foot leaves for this plant.
Thanks, Janine. I've had this plant for 2 years. You can see the date on there of 6/21, and I bought it from Red Leaf Exotics. The plant has been in this 2-gallon pot for approximately 8 months, and we're now going to go ahead and put it in this 6-gallon pot. The first step is to remove the plant from the pot, and I found the easiest way to do that is to open the pot itself. Alright, there we go. Split it open. Let's see if we can get this plant out of here. There we go. Let's take a look at the roots. They look extremely healthy growing in this sphagnum moss. Had great luck with sphagnum moss, and we're going to continue to use sphagnum in the new pot. You can see how much more room there is around this plant for added sphagnum moss for more root growth. Although this pot is taller than the previous pot, it is not covering this area, and you can see there's roots that want to grow, and they're not going to grow with this situation. The way people would normally deal with this is to put a moss pole behind here so these roots would grow into the moss pole. But I'm going to try a different technique here that I've never done before, but I think it's going to work. So the idea I want to try is taking this 2-gallon pot, cutting the bottom out, and then putting it on top of this pot, packing it with potting mix, and allowing these roots to have a much bigger area to grow into than just a moss pole. So we're going to give that a try and see how it works. So here's a 2-gallon pot. I cut the bottom out, and I made some grooves for the leaves, and it's going to fit just like this. And you can think of this as a super moss pole. I think it's going to work real well. Let's go ahead and plant this plant now. This is the best quality sphagnum moss you can get. It's from New Zealand, and I highly recommend this for your best plants. So we're going to be using this, some grow stone for aeration, and also a little bit of cocoa coir chips for aeration. So we're going to mix up some potting mix right now. And we're going to go ahead and throw a bunch of sphagnum moss in here. Just breaking up the sphagnum moss. This is such good sphagnum moss. There's no branches in it. Super good sphagnum moss. I'm going to add a bunch of grow stone in here. And then a little bit of this cocoa chips. So here's our mix right here. The base of this is a little uneven, so we're going to add a little bit in each little corner here to flatten this out on the bottom of the plant. Alright, I've put the plant in, and now we're going to pack the sides with the potting mix, the sphagnum moss. And this is going to take a little bit of time here because it's quite a big area. Take the name tag out. Looks like I'm going to have to make some more mix, so we'll go ahead and do that. Making another batch of mix. We've got our sphagnum moss, and then we're going to throw in a handful of grow stone, and then a little bit of this cocoa coir chips, and then mix it up nice good. and our plant's ready for more. All right, put some more in here, all four corners. I'm gonna use a screwdriver and kind of pack it in here. All right, we got the first layer done. Looks good. We're gonna go ahead and water it and then put on the next layer. This sphagnum moss takes quite a bit of water to get it wet. All right, we're gonna put the second layer on now. I've cut it out a little bit more, so fits pretty well. Put it right there. And then we're going to use a couple zip ties to hold this thing on. All right, we're going to put one more zip tie here at the bottom. All right, looks perfect. Go ahead and cut this zip tie here. All right, you're ready to pack some more potting mix on here. I'll put a little bit of black duct tape here to seal this top part. I think it'll work fine. All right, we're going to go ahead and fill the top of this plant up. All right, we are done. We're going to go ahead and water this plant and bring it in the house. We're done repotting this plant from a 2-gallon to a 6-gallon pot. Let's go ahead and move it back into its grow area in my home. Here's the queen back in the dining room. To make use of the larger pot size she's in, you need really good light to promote growth. I have multiple LED lights, which I've been using since I bought her, and they've been doing a great job. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos as I try and grow a 4-foot leaf from this beautiful Queen Anthurium. Thanks.